The sun has risen. New dawn awaits the still sleeping life. Birds are singing and a small breeze goes through the forest as all grass and leaves whistle. Nature's melody welcomes the morning. A warm and pleasant day it will be. But before the marking of this new day, some people are already up and going. Few dozens of refugees walk through the forest. Humans and elves, young and old, share the same pain. Most of them sleepy or shaken, nothing in between. The tension can be seen as well as felt. No one here wants this, but they have no better place to be in. Hope is keeping them sane, but also the music. Not only the one given by Mother Nature, as one man in the crowd plays beautiful and stirring sounds on his lute. Although all of this seems nice, it's not something simple people would enjoy on a daily basis. In front of this whole company, a soldier guides them on a straight path well ahead of everyone else. Suddenly, away from the path, the soldier spots a panther jumping towards him from the tree. The soldier stops and waits for the beast to come closer. As it does, it shapeshifts before him, quickly changing its whole body into a young, dark-haired elf. He wears no common clothes, and most of his body is not covered by anything. On him, few pieces of animal fur, belts made of tree bark and vines, wreaths made of thorns around his arms and head, which don't seem to hurt him. Where his skin can be seen, on it, many pitch-black tattoos with red edges. All of his marks seem to be parts of some mystical symbols which can be easily seen on his face. He is a druid. As he stands before the soldier, all of the people behind them go no further. Balor, Sharia. Both of them act serious and with formal respect. The atmosphere seems a bit too serious. As they greet each other, they both gesture with their heads, keeping their side on one another. The way ahead is safe. The stopping point awaits us. Did you see it? Are we there yet? Yes, this journey of yours might be over soon. There. He points to the distance from where he came. I saw it. A cave. Strange magic flows around it. It's not natural. True blood. Without other words, the druid nods slightly. I see. Let us continue then. Wait. Before we go, you should know that the nature doesn't treat him as any danger. His magic isn't invasive. It was accepted. What does it mean? It means for you to lay down your weapons. He made himself at home. If something goes wrong, the nature won't be on your side anymore. Do not worry, Sharia. I meant it when I said I seek help from him. Or, if you're still worried, maybe you could... No. We already talked about this. The forest doesn't welcome outsiders. The circle wouldn't accept them. Yet there's a Trueblood in this forest and you're all fine with him being here for a month now. Watch your tongue, human. All of your kind are unpredictable. One day you're at peace with one another, then you stab your friends in their back. We won't risk it to happen with us too. But they are the victims too. Look at them. They might not survive if the Trueblood won't agree to help. Listen, as I said, the circle won't accept them. I would. I might be naive, but you shouldn't. If all what you said was true, that those people stood to protect the Truebloods, you can reason with one who was close with them. Still, be careful. He was betrayed. It might be your only chance to make peace with him. This isn't fair. They deserve better. I hope the Trueblood will be able to understand my words. Don't act like it's already over. With this attitude you can give up here. Now, first of all, your weapons. There are no signs of peace. The druid puts his hand open in front of the soldier, waiting. After a moment, the soldier sighs and unsheaths his blade, giving it to the druid. He then inspects it closely and squints his eyes, looking back at the soldier. "This is not the weapon to defeat a true blood. Where is yours?" "Oh, right." The soldier reaches into his chest, pulling a necklace outside his armor. At the end of a thin metal chain, there's an old silver ring. The druid then puts his other hand to the soldier. "This one stays with me. It will be under my armor. If I would come with bad intent, I wouldn't be able to react in a straight fight." The soldier puts his necklace back on his neck as the druid gives him a raging stare. "Shelamor." The druid turns away from the soldier, shapeshifts into a panther and goes back on the tree he came from. As the soldier stands there for a moment, the bard approaches him with few armored men holding bows in their hands. "My dear friend, is everything okay? Everyone is worried. The druid didn't seem so happy. Even worse than ever before." "Tell them everything is alright. The true blood is nearby. We will head to where he resides as fast as we can." "Oh, that's fantastic. I wonder what could be on the druid's mind if he acted like this. Oh well, I suppose there will be no morning hunting then." "No, there will be other time. Right now we have other priorities." "You've heard him, guys. Instead, let us try to lighten the mood a little bit better." The bard goes back with the bowman, and while still a little worried about the scene interaction, he proceeds to deliver the news as good as he can. In the meantime, the soldier continues his walk, as well as the others. Going through the path shown by the druid, it's only a matter of time before they reach their destination. They stumble upon a narrow cave, well hidden between the foliage and uneven ground. The druid already awaits them, still in his beast form. The people gather before the cave, now close to the soldier. The bard stops his music and approaches the leader once more. "So, this is it, right? The moment we all were waiting for. Quite a journey, wouldn't you say? We were getting to a whole month now." "It pains me that everyone here went through all of this. I hope they can finally have a break. Well, I feel like something needs to be said." The soldier stands on a small elevation of the ground and turns himself towards the people. The bard, catching the moment, starts to play his song. "We'll make a stop here, but not for long. Sit down and get ready, as when I'll come back to you from this cave, you will be no longer at mercy of these lands. While no homes and loved ones will be brought back, the true blood will be able to give you respite, a safe place to stay, and in time, you'll be able to live a new life. That's the best I can do for you. But know that even if this is the last day you see me, I'll take my promise with me to the end of days. The one responsible for all of this will pay his price, and this land, our home, will become the land of the free once more." As he says his speech, people start crying, filled with sadness, but at the same time with happiness. The soldier leaves them to it, stepping back towards the cave, as if he wanted to enter it right now. "Oh, my friend, hold your step. You aren't going there alone, yes?" "Well, I guess I owe you at least this. But please, no words. It's a very sensitive matter. Let me do the talking." "Of course, I wouldn't want to take your spot. It's your guilt to repay. I will just be there to know how everything will go. Oh, and what about the druid? Won't he come too? It could be much better for him to turn back into himself, if so." "The druid will stay here, with the others. He doesn't intend to take part with anything else from this point forward." The bard seems not to be satisfied with the answer, but remains silent about it. As long as he feels it isn't something of his direct interest, there will be better time to ask about this. Soon after, the soldier and bard walk into the cave. Chill air strikes them, every step echoes inside, but all of this seems unnatural. As they venture deeper into the crevice, the bard hums a silent melody. 4 magical orbs of light burst into existence, which then guide them ahead. Now able to see details of this cave, it isn't that big. Still, a long and winding path leads downwards. After they descend to the bottom, they find a dead end. A quite spacious place underground with nothing of interest in sight. No signs of life, no signs of anything. There's a big pile of stones and the dirt in the middle, but otherwise, it's completely empty. Before they can look closely at each part of this cave, the magical lights quickly start losing their bright. In a matter of seconds, they lose all of it. While still present as floating and transparent orbs, they give no light at all. Strange. The bard recalls them back and stops his humming. And then, from the darkness, a voice is heard. It all becomes so trite. From one home to another, a human steps into it yet again. My lost friends, my lost family, what blinded you so much? The whole space bursts into flames around each wall. Lit with the fire, the place is now fully visible. The heat from it becomes unsettling, but doesn't harm anyone. Yet. The soldier and bard quickly step towards the center, away from the flames, as they see a humanoid figure rising from the pile before them, awaiting something. My name is Balor Blackclover. I seek no harm, not now. Please, hear my begging. Lives of people from Rhodes End are at stake. A question. Answer my question. We were frightened. The king decided to get rid of all of your kind. He made us realize what true bloods are capable of, and I didn't know better. Only after what happened, I know it wasn't meant to be. The only thing I can do now is to find a new home for those I could save, and then the king will pay for his crime. You pay, you say. And what will you achieve by taking his life? I don't know yet. But I feel it deep in me. He deserves the fate he has chosen for others. His death is needed for the better future. Is this the only justice you know, human? Eye for an eye, killing justifies the killing. We were living side by side for hundreds of years, so many generations of humankind. No wars at all, the era of peace. While it could be seen that humans are driven by power and fear of it, I didn't expect such future. The time is so precious for you, yet you don't think past your lifetime. Tell me, human, why you've betrayed us and then your king. I am no betrayer. I stand for freedom and peace. My ideals never changed, but they were used by someone evil, someone I trusted, someone who was expected to share this vision. Now they will be used by myself, my own judgment. Whatever comes from it, at least it will be the guilt I can stand for. I've heard enough. I am satisfied. As long as you understand consequences of your past and future actions, I am willing to hear your plead. A nice talk you had before entering this place. I will shelter those people once more. Wait, you've heard everything. Everything when you reached this place. It was hard not to hear it. This place is my own now, a part of me. To make it safe, I must use all of my powers. While in time there will be hunters going after me, I will be able to hide my presence. A lot of my power is needed for this. Is there anything I could help with? No, but the people above can. I need light for my powers to not wither. While I can consume my own creations, I don't acquire new strength and lose the one I have. The light. As the soldier asks, the bard quickly jumps into the conversation.
Oh, you see, it is not commonly known, but every trueblood is different. It is impossible to find two with the same powers and sources of them. But the methods might be more similar and sometimes schematic. Most truebloods eat normally as we do, but some can or even must feast on other things. It might be emotions, dreams, a specific color, or light, as we see. It is quite common for me to ask those kinds of things while being an acquaintance of truebloods. I'm sorry, Mayor Ronan, should I even talk about this?
We lived for so long, many know much about us. Tell whatever you need to, since that's what you do. Our most known fact is the weakness we possess. You can't do anything worse than that. Quite ironic, isn't it? While we are possibly most powerful mortal beings, a direct touch with any piece of silver can be our undoing.
The mayor. You are the mayor of Rhodes End.
Alakim.
Oh, yes, of course. I could easily recognize his voice, let alone the face.
Why didn't you tell me?
Like we discussed, mouth shut. Only when I feel something is needed to be said, I gladly ignore my given obligation.
Wise words, Mr. Alakim. Sergeant Balor, take care of your companion. Someone like him is quite a rare sight. And believe me, many years I've lived. Much I have seen. Such company can help you achieve much more than you desire.
Oh, Mayor Ronan, such kind words. Nothing else I could expect from a gentleman like you.
It's not the company I thought I would have, but I understand the value Alakim brings to my journey. Do you? For a moment, the soldier is taken off guard. Doesn't know how to respond or what to think of this reaction. The silence is broken when the flames completely disappear and the bard starts humming again. The orbs of light are created and the soldier is brought back from his thoughts. I suppose it's time for us to go. Thank you, Mayor Ronan. My journey isn't over yet. The faster I get to the capital, the better. I thank you. Remember, Sergeant Balor, do not rush. Take everything at your own pace. Do not make easily avoidable mistakes. My pace is to act as fast as I can. Maybe. That will save at least few more lives. But will you save yourself? The soldier turned around to go out, but stopped for a second. These words he understood, but the question is, did he? To understand the words is one thing, acknowledging them is to truly understand. As the soldier and bard exit the cave, they meet again with the refugees. They are told about the outcome of the talk and so they were guided down into the cave. Before the entrance, only 3 people remain. The soldier, the bard, and the druid. Back in his humanoid form, he returns the soldier's blade. The soldier only nods towards him and goes on his way. But he's stopped by the druid after few steps. What do you plan on doing now?
Isn't it obvious? I'm going straight for the king's head.
And how do you want to enter the city? You abandoned your orders. You won't be welcomed there.
My apologies, Mr. Druid. I don't think we had an occasion to talk yet.
My name is Lakim the Bold, and being a bard doesn't grant you any privileges here. You both know what they will do with a traitor. Magic won't be enough to stay within the city safely.
Well, I guess...
You're talking like you know a way in. Spill it, if you intend to help. I won't help you get into the city. But I know someone who can. And with his help, you could even meet the king without showing your identity.
You got me interested. Who is he?
There is a noble knight who can easily enter and exit the palace. He's a friend of mine. Helped him some time ago. He owes me a favor in return.
But how and where could we meet him? It doesn't seem like something easy.
My little friends already told me where he is. You shall meet him somewhere on the way to the city, on the road.
Does he know about me?
No, not yet. But if you want his help, I can inform him. The druid raises one arm to his chest, and a squirrel climbs his body, resting on one hand. The word is yours.
Well, it will save us time with coming up with a plan. I will gladly accept.
The druid then casts a spell, speaks to the squirrel in an ancient language, and as soon as he ends his sentence, the little creature runs from him in a shown direction. She will reach him before you do. That's all I can do for you. The druid then proceeds to walk away, but this time, the soldier stops him.
Hey!
The druid turns himself towards the soldier, all this time with a stone face. After a few seconds, the soldier simply nods without any words. The druid does the same, as he then shapeshifts into a sparrow and flies away. The soldier and bard then go on their way towards the city. The soldier expects them to reach it in few days. And so there was way more time for him and the bard to discuss what happened and what is to come. At the same time, they both realize the druid didn't mention the knight's name. That they will hope to know when they meet him.